Namaste everyone. Very warm welcome to Satsang today. Sadhguru Sri Muji Ji ki Jai. So then, what would you like to talk about today? Is there a new topic? Suppose there was no concern about relationships, all relationships. Suppose there was no concern about money or security. Suppose there was no concern about health of the body, state of the body. And suppose there was no concern even about freedom. Truly, there is no reason to be concerned actually about any of these. These are the four primary problems or concerns that we seem to pick up. Sources of suffering are our ideas or expectations about these. The funniest is the last one. The suffering seeker. Who knew that to escape worldly suffering, he came into this spirituality, and then who knew that fresh suffering, I'm not getting it. When is it going to happen for me? This kind of suffering, unworthiness, guilt, the idea that I'm missing the point or something like this. The point of satsang could not have been this. Oh, let's exchange worldly suffering for a new variety of suffering. Let's change it to from worldly arrogance or worldly specialness to spiritual arrogance or spiritual specialness. Definitely was not. The purpose, if there was a purpose, cannot be the purpose of satsang. It's just that for too long, we've looked this way, this way. We've hardly ever looked this way. It is not this way. But you know what I mean. We've looked at the objective realm, the world of objects, for too long. And then when we are told, okay, look within, look at what you are, who am I? We go looking in that way also with the expectation of finding some object. I found the self, as if you'll find it as an object. What you're finding is your own self, which is prior to objects. Now, this is a huge paradigm shift for the mind. The mind cannot actually even fathom this. It is too much of a leap. Maybe Guruji says, you be the cow that jumped over the moon. Take this leap. What is the leap? Just from this very objective idea, the very idea that I am a thing, I am this body, I am what the mind is telling me I am, to seeing that I am not an object, I am not a thing at all. The self is not a thing. I am not a thing. Earlier I used to say often that more than a noun, you are a verb. But actually, even that is not true, isn't it? Not even the verb you are. It's a good shaker upper. Now, all these concerns that we talked about, if you were not an object, which one would apply? Now, the relationships of the space in this room, what can we say about the relationship this space has? You need to invent the thing. You need to invent something that you are before you can have a relationship. Who has that money in the bank account which you say is yours? Whose is it? Where is that entity? Who's the owner of that? There is a name there. It seems to conform with the name that has been given to this body. But even if this body was able to answer, are you concerned about the money in the bank account? I can't even touch it. Who is that one that owns this body, that owns that money, who owns that relationship, who owns the spiritual journey? Who has embarked on this endeavor? There is nobody. When you look, you will find that there is nobody. That which is looking is unconcerned by any of this. If you spoke to the looking and said, you will find freedom after 7 lifetimes if you're really good. Freedom? What freedom? Where is the bondage? This, you see, this is that divine delusion, Maya, that which is beyond, so beyond all of this, has been able to invent this concept of itself. And now it feels like it's stuck in this endless maze. How do I get my way out of this maze? I'm stuck. This is the story of the spiritual seeker. going from teaching to teaching, master to master, confusion to confusion. And you find that what all true masters are saying is that the truth just is unchanging. How many can pick that up as a clue? And say, what is it that is unchanging? What is it that is unchanging? Most of humanity cannot spend 2 minutes on this question. You notice the hypnosis of the mind is so strong that so caught up in the realm of change, the realm of holding on to that which changes, that for 2 minutes we cannot contemplate this question, what remains unchanging? Can we take a minute on it? Don't have to throw anything away also. Let it be there. Don't fight with the changing realm. Let it be there. But beyond that, is there something? Is there something about you which is beyond change? You can go through like this, step by step. The body, what about the body? Let's have some feedback. Changing or unchanging? Changing. So what else is there? Body changing. Then what else is there in our experience? Aliveness. Aliveness changing or unchanging? We'll come to that in a minute. What else is there before we come to aliveness? Body and thoughts, minds, memory, sensation, feelings, emotion, all clearly changing. So, what is there beyond that? So then he said, aliveness, aliveness. And you stop being, and you not be. Is this what you mean by aliveness? What we call being? Now, this is a beautiful point to get to. As long as we are looking in this waking state, this being is the one constant. Is the deity, Guruji says, is the deity of the waking state, is the God of the waking state. But when everything goes, in that which we call sleep, even this presence, even this being, even this sense of existence is not there. And yet you are empty of even aliveness, ultimately. Now, we can only rely on our experience for this. We cannot conceptualize it at all. So, and a good, beautiful way to check is what wakes up in the morning. What woke up today? Say, I woke up. Which I was that? The sense that I exist, the sense that I am, the same, the sense that I am alive. That which you came to in your sleep state was beyond life and death, unborn, undying. The presence or absence of even the waking state or the dream state does not touch that one. The concept of two does not exist there. The concept of one also does not exist there. There is not two. Advaita. This Because it is the simplest recognition. Even a child recognizes it. And the simpler it gets, the more complicated it is for the mind. Because everybody knows. I woke up just 5 minutes ago. What came? The sense that I exist. Now the sage is able to say, like Papaji was able to say, Guruji is able to say, that don't touch this also. If you don't even touch this sense of existence, what are you? The one that woke up, let the waking state take care of that one. You cannot have any trouble. The one that woke that one up, let that one take care of this. Simple surrender, let the waking state take care of itself. Can you take any object from here? So if I decide, okay, I'm going to take the coconut into my dreamless sleep, can I do it? I say, I want to take this hand into my dreamless sleep with me. Just the hand should be there. Can I do it? Can we take a thought there into my dreamless sleep? I want to just have that one thought, the holiest thought. Can I take it? You say, I still haven't fallen asleep. I'm still awake. So I say, can I take some emotion with me? Nothing. All is left behind. Of course, Papaji's example, very beautiful. That you could be on your wedding night in the arms of your beloved. But when sleep comes, even that beloved is left behind. So no object can take. But you sleep. It is not a third party experience. Do not say to another one, you sleep for me today. And yet, this you is beyond all attributes and qualities because all qualities were left behind. Nothing is there, and yet you are. This you has gotten no attention, has gotten no focus from us, has been given no value. The waking state comes, it is display of light and sound and excitement and all kinds of things. So the substratum has lost its focus in a way. So this satsang, this self-recognition is just about this, looking further back, saying, who am I? Am I some object of the waking state? Or do I remain untouched, no matter which appearances might appear in this waking state? Who am I? One of our Sangha members, he's been there right from the beginning. The very first satsang, almost the very first satsang 4 years ago, he's been there. He says, anytime I ask Ananta something, I know what he's saying. Like, who are you? I say, Uh, anything. What am I supposed to do? But who is the you that is supposed to do? You feel like I Advaita police. And sometimes I have to. It's true. Because the source of all confusion at the root is the confusion about identity. It might seem like whatever else it is. It might seem like it is a question of desire or a question of worship. But at the root of that confusion is a confusion about who we are, who I am. Now, if you come to satsang, then you will not escape this question. If you're not in satsang, I don't go to work and ask everyone, who are you? But satsang means that I'm open to this question. At least this kind of satsang means that I'm open to this. I might not be very inclined to inquire, but I'm open to following the pointing as it is spoon-fed day after day. The end of all of this psychological suffering, all of these problems. In this recognition, this is to be found. But what can happen sometimes is that the mind can come in very quickly after the moment of recognition and try to co-opt the recognition personally. That is what is called the spiritual ego. Whatever form it might take, whatever color or flavor it might express itself in. That is what the idea that the person has come to a spiritual insight. But as you are coming to this,
Scratching very bad. I did.
slowly, slowly. So this recognition has no claimant to it. The claimant is the ego in its worst form. The claimant to it is the most difficult one to engage with because it is the most closed. If the if there is a quality about a spiritual seeker which is useful, it is openness. I'm open. I don't know. But the claimant of the recognition is the most closed. No, I've seen it all now. I'm done with this. You have nothing more that you can give me. This kind of thing. Yes, yes, yes. I am awareness only. Why can't you understand that I am aware? The voice of the spiritual ego, the claimant. This you can smell the wanting to proclaim, wanting to get some attention, wanting to get some specialness as a result of almost like a child who's done very well in his exams for the first time. Then they want to go all over the marketplace saying, see my report card. See. So then the master says, keep quiet, sit down. Because this claimant will give you much more trouble. And we've seen over the years in the Sangha also, many have got stuck or had so much trouble because of this. Cannot pick up a new position. I was saying after Satsang got over yesterday that I'm really enjoying these recent Satsangs, which are so much inviting you to drop all positions that you can take. So ego is what? Ego is position. The ultimate position, the sub-ultimate position, the worldly position, the personal position, the position as God, the position as person, all this, forget about it. Forget about it. It's not going to help. Then you see that satsang is not a classroom. Well, then it might feel like a classroom where there's one teacher who keeps talking, talking, talking. And what am I learning, learning, learning? And you see that actually this is the absolute unlearning. That's why yesterday Shivan was saying that I don't know anything. So I said, in the I don't know anything, how can you be troubled? How can that be a bother? Then there must be an idea that I don't know anything, but I must know something. If that is not there, then what can bother us? The true I don't know is just is beautiful. So I don't know is very good. Which classroom will tell you this? Now, who does this I don't know belong to? If that I don't know belongs to somebody with name and form, then it can be a painful I don't know. If that I don't know is just part of the natural functioning of this play. There's no claimant even of the I don't know. Then you're not troubled, even if the worst type of feelings are coming, even if the worst type of thoughts are coming. What you are remains untouched by the flow of any object. The object could be a feeling, it could be a thought, it could be some state of the body, it could be anything happening in the world. So ultimately, it all must boil down to who you are. And all the clues are available, all the pointing is available. All that is needed is a little bit of openness. If the clue says, find that which is unchanging, if you use your mind and say, oh yeah, I know, the self is unchanging, that doesn't help. That is where knowledge gets in the way. If you know too much, then when the pointer is being given, then you're already preempting it with some learned concept or based on some past insight. Then that doesn't help. The clue is that find out that which is the non-phenomenal witness of everything that is phenomenal. Then you apply your knowledge about phenomena and witness. That doesn't help. You just have to look. No.
Okay. Yeah. No.
You get bitten.
Okay.
You play outside.
Yeah.
Bitten.
No, the whole part of my cheek.
It's mostly small. It's small black. Is that a sting? Come close. Tiny sting. You got the bees around.
No, there was very fast.
It's tiny sting.
Oh, I think it could be that I got sunburn.
Take some diluted data.
Okay.
If it's burnt, then don't put too much of that.
I don't know. Because my face was like feeling really like hot. What? You know when I got sunburned in, I think I don't remember where, it was really hot my face. Like that I was just feeling.
I have some anti-allergy. I added
Tablet.
Yeah.
You should. Let's see.
Is it itching? They're looking some rashes.
Maybe some.
Yeah, I think it's the sun.
Let's take half.
I think it's either sunburn or I got yeah.
Yeah, just have you should take half of it. Do you have some gel? 120.
It's too much.
Half?
What we
You
do
won't
is
get any less than that.
just a cortisone cream.
Should I just
Some cooler.
should I just put normal cream? And then
Cream, if it doesn't get better,
Do you have cucumber?
I don't think so. But you know, I'm thinking I'll put Dettol and then I'll put cream.
Don't put
family
Dettol.
break.
Okay. Okay, I'll just put.
Don't put Dettol. It'll
Even
flare up. So, do you have an aloe vera gel or something? Some cooling gel? Like that
No.
and keep it for a few minutes.
I'll see.
Coconut oil. Getting recommendations.
Yes. Coconut oil is
Oil.
very
You have coconut oil? We should have that. Did you see that BBC thing? This one very well suited, and is presenting his views on some economy or war or something. And then his baby walks into the thing and during the BBC interview, and then his wife comes running and she's dragging. It was one of the funniest things was dragging the child away. You want
Everything just feels like everything.
just come closer so they can hear. He's going to put one chair one time. Oh, this is the chair? Let's close that door.
So everything. It just feels like everything. Everything. till I make
Yeah.
till a position is held on. And then the realization that there is no control at all. The realization that there is no control. Something wants to make something personal about that.
Yeah.
That but control is important. Otherwise, how is it going to be? Then when control is given up, I think that's also a position in some way. That's also feeling like a position to give it up. So how to just
But one insightful question usually is that with control, how has it been? Exactly, isn't it? Mostly in satsang, if we are in satsang, we have found that this trying to have this sort of control has not worked. Those who are still in that controlling mindset usually don't show up in satsang. So usually I can ask this question, knowing that if I was to ask you, how has that been working out? You see, the control thing, not so well. So if something has not worked out so well for 30 years, then why not try something new? So this is that. If control has worked out in a certain way, let's try no control for a little bit of time. What is the worst that can happen? In this way, then the question loses its potency. Guruji has another better way of saying it, where he says, if you feel that if you go to leave it to God, the feeling is that God can't do this, he'll make a hash of it. So once you start enjoying this, not having to hold on, once you enjoy openness, I was saying yesterday also, it can feel a bit wobbly initially, not having a projection of the future. It can seem a bit wobbly. What is control but just a projection of the future? The future goes its own merry way, isn't it? All that we try to control has just been an idea we've had about what the future should be. But I don't feel anybody, when they were 15-year-old, said that one day we're going to come to satsang like this. So the future had its own plan. God has its own plan. We can keep having these projections about the future. Now, no trouble with that, except that it is this projection which is the cause of suffering. If you had no projection at all, it's next to impossible to suffer.
it's like that running out of moves. It's completely so some fear comes with like oh this
Running out of moves is very, very beautiful. Why? Because you realize that all your moves were failed. So it's not that we run out of moves, you just see the fallacy of the moves. And then you see that actually the one who had the moves itself was a fallacy. That's why it's so auspicious. It's not that actually you had some moves, you're just letting go of the pretense. That is the beauty of satsang, that the ego that we are letting go of is nothing real or substantial that we let go of. It is only the pretense that we are. It is the false idea that there is an object here living inside this body somewhere or living inside the head somewhere who has some control over this life. What a terrible idea, isn't it? So, just the seeing that I don't have moves. We felt that we are running the life of one of the movie characters, and we were deciding whether to do this or do that, go next, create this next scene. This is what you must get. And we were resisting the movie, we were fighting the movie when it did not conform to that scene by scene what we wanted. Now we are seeing that this movie actually is playing out on its own.
in fact where it feels like it's always seen that it's playing out on its own.
Yes.
Always felt surrender was the most natural thing. And even the position of a surrender was hard to subscribe to. Such it would come up. You know, at times there would be when everything would just come up, then you just like okay, you know, let it be, let it go, or if natural action is coming towards it, it's coming towards it. But now suddenly, you know, a lot of contraction is being felt. You know, when especially something is not liked so much, you know, in the conditioning as conditioning was. And then it's like, let's just cut this short, you know, instead of giving it more power or energy. And I realize even that's a position somewhere. So then sudden contraction happens because its habit is built to be maybe impatient and say, oh, I don't want, you know, done with this. I think maybe that just has to be seen. It has to be seen.
Because even if there's an idea of how to cut this short, that is still a move, isn't it? So we have to run out of that one also. Once, one time, somebody on Facebook was attacking me. And he's false master, false whatever. And one of the Sangha members got very, which mic am I using?
Just message me also.
The mic is fine. Maybe it is because we put the air conditioning on and it was interfering with the audio. How's it now? Maybe I'm too far of a distance from it. This can come a bit closer. How's the audio now? It's good. So, and as this attack was happening, some members came and said, Father, what is this? And this is not right, and it's not fair. And I saw that what the feeling here was that a dead man is being attacked.
Oh boy.
A dead man is being attacked. It just felt like there's one concept of one Ananta who has been attacked and been said, okay, he's like this, he's like that. But I don't find that one. There is nobody like that. So this is the beauty of the world. Make sure that we come to this emptiness. We cannot hold on to any position, even that of true master, false master. They are meaningless actually for me. I don't know. Am I a true master? No idea about that. I'm not even concerned about these things. I just know that the scene of Satsang shows up here regularly, and there seem to be all these beautiful beings around me. And so birds seem to also show up, and seem to help those who come. That is about it. I don't have any fancy story about this one. So whatever concepts we might have, the blessing in life now is that they will be chopped away, they will be attacked.
One of them, especially if somebody like, attacks somebody, you know, like, it's a protective instinct. It's like, you know, there's a little bit of attack, lots of attack coming towards you. It's just, you know, because it's also coming from somebody who you love very much, is loved one. It's difficult. Then I have to accept that itself, that this is difficult. Of course, it feels like a dead man's being attacked, and another dead man is looking at it, and another dead one is actually talking about it. No, but some sort of a position is instinctively taken. Instinctively. then I don't want to make too much about the position that the state is at that stage. So,
Yes, because that becomes another position.
even position or position is your problem.
Even no position becomes a position.
All of it is your problem.
You were saying the other day something that I was trying to be open, then I saw that openness itself was becoming a position. In this case, of course, I feel like one of my own children throwing a tantrum. They're feeling like I'm responsible for some of their suffering. I'm not helping the cause, or not taking somebody they love in the direction that they want to be taken, or something like that. It's understandable to some extent. How can we put this very simply? Say, position equals ego. Every thought from the mind is an invitation for position. And that is why not even the position of resisting the thoughts or trying to stop the thoughts from coming, not even that. A simple allowing, empty of reference, empty of notion about who we are, that is allowing. And to put it very, very simply, don't make anything into a thing. This is what I mean when I say don't make anything into a thing. Nothing is anything. So don't believe your next thought. Remain open. Accept what is. All of this basically means the same thing. Allow all invitations to make something out of nothing. Just allow them to come and go.
Same would apply for another one's thoughts, obviously.
Yes.
Yes. This is where the one unity is very good. Not believing your own thoughts. And then when you say I'm open. I'm open to that you're open to the other one's thoughts. And then
But you see, it still applies because even there the trouble comes from our thoughts about their thoughts. If you look at it, I used to say often that many times what happens is that it is our thoughts stop bothering us, so then we start thinking of other people's thoughts. But if you start to look closely, you'll see still the only source of trouble is this. Our thoughts about that.
Believe in the other first. First, the belief in the other sides. That everything is coming so quickly because other is
The concept of other, the concept of me, is the same concept. As soon as we give birth to me, it's the birth of other. As soon as we give birth to other, it's the birth of a me. This play of duality only functions in this way. Either side you give belief to a separate existence, you will invent a me. The me is only personal, the me is only topic. I know it feels a bit uncomfortable for a little bit to not have a position. This is the operation table of the rehab. It can feel a bit shaky. What am I doing now? Am I doing don't believe my next thought? Something wants to hold on to some position of themselves. Am I doing the inquiry? Okay, at least I'm doing the inquiry. That has to be good. Something will come. Because emptiness seems like the most repulsive concept to the mind. If you lay down on this rehab table for some time, let the operation happen. Let the mind bypass happen. It's the best thing. Best gift you can give to yourself and the world is this. Many have a mistaken notion that our path is very selfish. It is so focused on I. It is removing that I. And in this removing the false I is the greatest gift we can give to the world. It's helping the world meet God. It's the I without something. The I am without I am something is God. As we pick God over a notion about ourselves, we pick God over the concept of God, we pick God over the next thought, you'll find that the world might resist for a bit. It might say, I want the person back. I didn't sign up for God, I wanted a husband. You see, the world does resist for a bit. But they will also realize that there is nothing better than God.
it also means that the one who's checking this needs to be let go of. The one who's checking it that makes it it's to God also personally.
This is the checker guy. It's just the manifestation of the trickster operating as a helper, as a guide inside our head. And he was like, yes, finally he said something I could relate to. So, see, it was only him. It's so burdensome, this checker guy. It's like, are you doing this right? Are you inquiring? Are you following father's pointing? Are you this thing? Are you surrendered enough? Ah, this is what you have to do. Now tomorrow, this checker guy is the most key form of the spiritual ego. So everything you say, drop the checker guy. The checker guy itself will come and say, see, have you dropped the checker guy? Like, this is the checker guy. Yeah, this is the checker guy. See? There's no escaping it that way. You cannot conceptually bypass it. See? You can try every concept, but it takes it on and say, okay, you got that, I'll take that also. It's like that story of my cousin. My cousin once, he lives in western Uttar Pradesh. Very, very violent area, very, very full of crime. So, he was traveling somewhere and he got held up by these roadside bandits. He got held up by roadside bandits and they had guns and everything, so they pulled out the gun. So what this boy does, he pulls out his own gun also and says, maybe they'll get scared or something like that. So they saw his gun and they said, okay, good, give us that also. So they took his gun. He just added to their arsenal. He just quietly kept it inside and just let them, give them all this money or something. But no, so the checker guy is like that. You say, oh, I have to drop the checker guy. Yes, I have to drop the checker guy. Then it'll make a report about whether you have dropped the checker guy or not. I have to surrender. Yes, you have to surrender. See, now all the trouble is that because you are not surrendered. It adds to his ammunition by anything that it hears, even in satsang. This is the checker guy. That's why it's the most tricky to bypass. Mostly when I see somebody with a very deep affliction of the checker guy, I advise them just let's be quiet, let's sit quietly in satsang. The one that is checking, I'm very happy you spotted it. Because it's like this, it starts off very innocently and then can become a major manifestation of this spiritual.
Very painful actually. Very.
So much unworthiness, so much feeling of not getting it, this guilt kind of thing can come because of the messaging of this checkered line.
Silence personal.
Making the silence personal, ultimately making the I am personal. Okay. What is the role of the mind? To convince I am that I am is personal. This has been the trick. A little louder.
Like recently I've been noticing like just nothing's really happening. Everything is just kind of happening, but there's the mental commentary is just not really. I don't know if it's not there or I don't notice it, but it's just kind of it's peace somehow.
Yes.
There's no molestation.
Yes.
And then just every once in a while, like every now and then, maybe a couple times a day, because there was such a habit to. But are you abiding in self?
Yes.
And so occasionally this voice will come, but is the attention resting in the self?
Oh.
And now when that thought is seen, it's also like, what are you doing here? Well, I was until this thought was presented, and I don't know, somehow
That is it.
it's not being bored. It's like before there was a tendency, oh yeah, but now it's just kind of seeing that this is just like another unnecessary noise.
Yes.
That there's absolutely nothing to be gained by listening to it or going with it or giving it any attention.
Yes. Because this checker guy is like using satsang words to manifest as a spiritual ego. And managing to hang on to some individuality using even these beautiful concepts of satsang. That's why I have to keep reminding everyone that these are also thorns. And their use is to remove the other thorns and then to be thrown away. It is not a new religion or something. It is just words that are being used to remove other words which have been embedded as prior conditions to us. And as we are emptying ourselves out from all of that, finding that even there is no use for even the holiest concepts that you might have picked up, even in satsang.
That was the recording around the bus and we went
Yeah.
to the other day.
But one thing I want to say before that is that many then rush to throw away this horn before they've even done the removal of the other thorn. So that's why the good nose is very helpful, just to smell properly, because otherwise it can happen. Master says not to be attached to anything. So first thing, I must drop my master because I'm attached to him. So then I say that no, drop your master last. Or he will also drop himself when the time is right.
The master should drop himself.
Yeah, the master will drop himself. So, as like Satsang says, nothing, everything is a concept. I speak no truth in Satsang. Why do I come here every day to come all the distance from him and and then he says he doesn't speak the truth. Forget it. So this can be. You were going to say something, I had to stop you in the middle.
Oh, just that, like, I must have heard it said so many times, but somehow, like, we were on the bus on the way back from Tito, just came so clearly, like, oh, I just forget about everything.
Yeah.
Just forget
Forget
it,
about
just
it.
all of it, like, and I feel like my words don't do it justice, but it
Yes.
just came so clearly, like, there's really, and you're always saying this, there's nothing to hold on to. I must have heard it like a million times, but it suddenly just became so obvious.
Very.
So that's something else we used to discuss,
Yeah.
especially to be around Sangha. I never used to feel this. I always used to feel that something. Now there's some preference which is coming in, which is to remain with people who are and not making anything personal,
No.
but every opportunity that is presented, something automatically wants to go towards that as much as possible. Something wants to do that. I see that as a lot of grace and a lot of love. But also, I see that conflict arises with it, especially for family. Just need to just share that.
Yes. That is the nature of the world. As more and more you are attracted to the Sangha, as more and more you want to be in Satsang, then it's natural for the older relationships to come and say, but this is not what I signed up for. I signed up for you being this way. So,
But that tiredness is like, it's the same, something requiring you to play a role. Then you feel tired of it.
so just even in the playing of the role, let consciousness do. Because you can still have this idea that I have to then play a role for this one or I have to play a role for that. No. That I cannot play anything at all. Consciousness is the supreme intelligence, it knows exactly what role to play.
And all this is just, like you said, the aliveness, the everything. It's just when the knowing of the everythingness is what the most final experience is, that is where everything is rising from. I struggle with saying that when I wake up, I just feel that when waking up happens, everything is there. Everything is suddenly itself. Even I've been having a lot of dreams, so I feel that even in dreams, everything is
Yes.
awake. And I don't find it easy to differentiate between the reality of this and that.
There is no difference.
Yes.
You will find it more and more difficult.
Yes. Yes. Sometimes this feels so mundane and so unreal compared to the intensity of that. Not the intensity. So both feel very like a dream, really. But the knowingness of that everything, I think that is something that is the master, that is the love, that is it feels more and more to stay there. Even if tiredness is there, that's there. So stay there. Not, I don't know if I have control over it.
As we are maturing in our seeing, then all these very simple things which to the mind sound like they're so simple start to make so much more sense. When I say don't make anything into a thing, I know that many times they feel like, oh, that's the essence of satsang. How can that be? Like when the master says, whatever it is, I don't mind. It's the most beautiful spiritual pointing. But this conceptually, it can seem too simple. You want the heavy duty stuff. But as you're more and more maturing into your spiritual seeing, you'll see that there is such beauty in this very simple. Whatever it might be, don't mind. So to remain conceptless is only this, not exchanging this beautiful unassociated presence with any notion of itself. What are you struggling with? Something, let's say. It's like you're fighting on Mahabharata inside. What's happening? The mind is fighting, or is this
Be the strongest negative belief is falling.
the strongest negative belief is falling? This is good news. It's falling effortlessly or falling with some drama? Effortlessly. It's very good.
I'm not even cooking.
You're embarrassing. So over the past few days, over and over, I pointed to you that effortlessly everything is functioning. Body is functioning, perception is happening, hearing, seeing, all the senses are functioning. You don't have to decide to take any step left or right. Effortlessly you exist. Listen, this is the best news, okay? All comes after this. If you don't exist, you cannot even say anything about anything. Your presence is here. You are being. And this ego that we are seemingly fighting never came. Never. It is just not present ever. You are, ego never is, person never is. So no battle, nothing. God is here. It's like the best parts of spirituality are here. And all that oppressive part about the ego, nothing needs to be done about it. Because it never really was real. What is that famous thing in A Course in Miracles? Nothing real can be threatened. Nothing unreal ever existed. Herein lies the peace of God. So easy. Nothing in this world can bend your existence. Nothing real can be threatened. The unreal has never existed. It has just been a notion, an idea. Herein lies the peace of God. So all our defenses, all our maneuvers, all our doing and not doing has been a defense of the non-existent one. The reality remains untouched. And this reality is not conceptual for you anymore. It's not just a fancy idea. You're coming face to face with it. It is your very being. And you cannot stop being. You don't even have to go looking for being. don't have to go and find being. It already is. You cannot stop it. You don't even have to abide as a self. You cannot avoid it. It is unavoidable. Abidance is unavoidable. It is only pretense, which can be picked up. If you're starting to see if you're starting to recognize where these words are pointing, then I can say that your head is in the tiger's mouth. There is no escape from this. Thank you all so much for being in Satsang today. Sadhguru Shri Muji Ji ki Jai.
जय सद्गुरु श्री अनंता जी की
जय।
जय।
Satya is here. It's Satya's birthday today. Where are you? See.
I'm in bed. Can you hear me?
Here he is. Yes, yes, my
Can you
dear.
hear me?
Very good, very good. Yes, yes, we can hear you. Very good. Happy birthday, my dear. I'm not sure if you can hear us now. He's sick. He's sick. He says he's feeling sick. The body's feeling sick. Sending all our love, blessings. On this day of the birth of the body, we send all our blessings to the body also. It's not very, his internet is not so good. Actually. Maybe we can just sing for him. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Satya. Happy birthday to you. May Guruji bless you. May Guruji bless you. Happy birthday, dear Satya. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you, thank you.
Welcome.
It's also Sujata.
Sujata, is she here? Sujata. Jyotima can wish her on our behalf. You can wish Sujata, give her all our love and blessing.
I will, Father.
Thank you.